It's Bigfoot Collectors Club with Bryce, Michael, and Ivy. I know a story of high strangeness or two. Let's do this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bigfoot Collectors Club, the show where we talk to amazing guests about their personal paranormal history and share stories of high strangeness. I'm your host, Michael McMillan. With me always is your alternate host,
Bryce Johnson.
and our super producer,
Riley Bray.
Welcome, boys. Welcome,
Hi.
welcome.
What's up?
We got a lot of fun business to get to. We're going to get schooled today. We got Sasquatch
business.
University here in the house, okay? It's time to go back and get our degrees. But before we talk to our friends from SU, I want to give a big thanks to everybody who joined us for the Zombie Bigfoot Clubhouse live stream over on popsylounge.com. And if you want to check out some of the live streams from years past, head over to the Bigfoot Collectors Club. God, I messed up the name of our own show. Bigfoot Collectors Club over on our YouTube page. We've got a YouTube page. We're putting up some of the old video up there. And I will say this. Watch that YouTube space in the coming months. I'll say that. More
Things
to
are
come.
coming.
Things
Got
are
a
coming.
couple little treats heading your way.
That's right. Let's also check in real quick with the Club Scouts who have been following the show on their favorite podcast app and dropping us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. Riley, who is our 5-star Club Scout of the week?
Well, their name is not written down here, but they say,
no.
These guys are great. Came for the Markiplier and Wade Barnes episodes, stayed for the Craig Ferguson and Greg Sipes, and so much more. Good choices.
Well,
Everyone's
thank you,
personal
user
paranormal
known.
experiences are interesting. 5 stars.
5 stars.
Nice.
I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
find this
We'll find your
person's
name and say it at some point.
Right
before we finish.
now.
Oh, or now. No time
I'm
like
gonna
the
find
present.
No, there's no time like the present.
This is a segment called Michael Looks for the Name on
Yeah,
the Apple.
Michael
Actually,
tries-
while Michael does this, I'd like
Yeah.
to say, I noticed that we have like no Amazon reviews. I think because it's a fairly new listing. I love all of our Apple reviews, but could you guys give us a review on Amazon if it's not too much trouble?
Why don't we switch over to Amazon for the next month or two? We'll do Amazon 5-star.
Shall we do it? There's like 2 reviews right now.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Let's
do
build
that
it up.
and make them funny and weird because nothing beats a funny, bizarre Amazon review. So
It's
please
true.
leave
Yeah.
us very strange reviews on Amazon.
As Bryce well knows.
Yeah, that's true.
I
It's
love
part of the
a
show.
good
Yeah,
Amazon
really.
I mean,
review.
yeah. Bryce reads Amazon reviews. Let's make it. Let's hear your submissions.
And I want to thank personally Red Cheetah 93
There it
for
is.
that 5-star review. All right, everyone, head over to Amazon. We'll say at least till the end of the year. That's where we're going to be picking our 5-star Club Scouts from. Switch it up, guys. You
Let's
know
do
what? We're hitting our 6-year anniversary. We're going to change things up. Let's do it. It's a new year for BCC. New rules. Oh, I just quoted Bill Maher. Oh,
New corporate platform for you to judge us on.
Yeah. All right. All right, everyone. This week we have 2 young men from our neighbor to the North, Canada, with us. They are both founding members of the Trent University Sasquatch Society out of Ontario. They also have a show in the works called Sasquatch University, Club Scouts of all timelines. Please welcome Ryan Willis and Joel Porter.
Woo!
Hey, Ryan and Joel.
What's up,
Thanks
boys?
for having us on, guys.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
now. Let's Ryan, just tell us your voice, and Joel, you introduce yourself and tell us your voice so we can follow you orally.
Hi, I'm Joel. This is my voice.
I'm Ryan, and this is my voice.
There you
Awesome.
go.
There
Done.
you go. Done and
Bingo.
done. All right. Well, thanks for being here. Let's talk about. We're going to get into Sasquatch University and the Trent University Sasquatch into further detail. But real quick, tell us. How did you guys come together? How did you form a Bigfoot Society? Give us the sort of like origin story recap in a minute or two.
Yeah, so I started at Trent University here in Canada, in Peterborough, back in 2018. And I've always been super into Bigfoot. As I grew up, I watched a lot of Finding Bigfoot. When Expedition Bigfoot came out, Bryce, always watched that.
Nice.
Just kind of anything else. And I go out in the woods all the time, do my own investigations whenever I was kind of up. I spent a lot of time up in Algonquin Park during the summer. here in Canada. It's a big provincial park with a lot of wildlife and stuff. So I go out there and do my own investigations and stuff all the time. And I met some other people that were into Bigfoot too. And we kind of realized, like, there were like 20 of us going out in the woods all the time. And we're like, we have enough people to like have a proper like school society. So we registered and became one. And it really grew very fast. And so like Joel, you probably know the numbers better now because Joel's now the president. I graduated last year. And but yeah, it's doing really well. And it's just a super cool club. And a lot of students have really taken to it. So it's been really awesome.
Man, this is the club we needed in college. I mean, Joel, tell us a little bit more about this club. How many members do you guys have currently?
I'd say now, you have to subtract the people who graduated as well. But this year alone, we've increased our numbers by maybe about 100.
Love it. People want to go catch that Bigfoot, man. Let me tell you.
And so these are sort of like, tell me about these excursions into the woods here. These extended camping trips. Like, how long are you out there? How many people are you guys going with? Like, what is that?
There's kind of different groups of people. Some people are more interested in just kind of the fun aspect of it. And
I was gonna say
we
a
do
lot
little hikes with the
I was gonna say I'm worried that like half the membership just wants to go in the woods and maybe like smoke a joint.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
Smoke a joint in the woods club.
But yeah, I'd say a lot of the club members, they'll come on some of our shorter hikes, where we just go around on trails around at Trent. It has a lot of the campus is very nice. They have a lot of land around it. So there's a lot of trails we can hike on there. The likelihood of really finding something in that location is kind of low.
Is it out in the mountains?
It's out in the forest kind of thing.
But it's those events, we do them mainly to teach people how to hunt for Bigfoot, what you would do, and to have fun as well, and to get people going outside on hikes. But we kind of have a core of more dedicated people for the group. So the general membership, they're not always super interested in going on these long extended hikes, but that's kind of how Ryan put together his crew for the show. Is he got all the people in the society who were kind of really into it, and then a couple other people as well. But we go out and do a lot more thorough hunts. But in general, for the university club, the majority of people like to just go to the fun events.
They like the indoor events. Yeah.
Sure.
But there's a core of more dedicated Sasquatch hunters.
Yeah.
There's the social aspect, and then there's more the inner circle who are like, let's really go find something. That makes sense.
We've made a whole show on indoor Sasquatch, so we get it.
As Bobcat used to say, hey, look, if you don't find Bigfoot, you really just ended up camping, and that's a good thing too. And he's so right. It's a win-win. It's such a great way to get outdoors. Ryan, tell us some of these hunting techniques that you guys came up with, and what are you guys doing out there to look for Bigfoot
well,
evidence?
Bryce, I just said we're going to do that in the second half.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did. You did. You're right. You're right. I was pulled right in.
We're going to get to it.
Sorry. Okay, you're right.
We're going to get to it. We got to get into some of these personal paranormal history first.
Great. Let's do that.
Let's go back to the beginning for both of you. How did you get into the world of the unknown, the unexplained? Ryan, you kind of hinted at it. Joel, I'm interested in you as well. And have you ever had an experience that you can't explain?
So yeah, doing the show, we actually had a few experiences that we, really can't explain, and some of the other crew on our show as well. It wasn't just me or Joel even. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I'll get into that.
Sasquatch University. This is the show that you guys that came out of the society. Show.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of how the show, some of us from the society, the really hardcore members, did a lot of work just this past summer and in the spring as well, like over Easter. We went out, it was really cold. Like But it's all worth it. But actually, that Easter expedition was the one where we had what seemed to be rocks being thrown at us, and Joel was actually closer where they were thrown and heard a few more I guess tosses than I did. I was kind of further away when the last one happened, but Joel was right there when they all took place. Same with Cody, kind of a guest host we have on the show sometime, good buddy of ours. And it was pretty interesting because it was at a location where someone had actually reported that happening. I think it was, I forget if it was last year or the year before. But so, that was pretty cool. And we got a lot of reports from right around that area too. Like we collect a ton of reports here in Ontario. So that was one we really couldn't explain. And it was pretty freaky when, we're out there. We're, the only people out there. You look around on the therms, you're not seeing anything. And it's I don't know. It's just really spooky. Like we were all pretty scared by the end. We got back to the car. It's like, okay, like we're, no one killed us or anything.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's been a few other times on the show too, where we've had kind of similar experiences like that. And then Cody had a really interesting one. He's like kind of a guest host, I guess you could call him. It wasn't while we were filming, actually. It was like last summer, and he was up on the same escarpment where that I guess we had that kind of encounter, if that's what you'd call it. And like a stick kind of got tossed at him in his direction. He's hearing all this rustling in the bushes, and he got it all on video too, and we have it in the show and go to the spot where it happened. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. And then a bit later in the season, some of those episodes are actually, I think it started airing the 25th. So every Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like the new episodes come out. But in some of the ones upcoming in a few weeks, I think that's the one where we'll have, we had we didn't find the rock, but it was like, I don't know how that couldn't have been a rock. It was so loud, and definitely you could hear the bushes kind of move as it was like on an angle, and you could hear it land. And so that was really weird because we were like way out in the middle of nowhere in Algonquin Park. So that's really hard to explain, in my opinion, at least. So that was really cool. And then Joel was kind of with me when, I guess at each of those, I guess we weren't at Cody's, original encounter, but all the kind of spooky ones we've had, Joel's been there as well, doing the show with me and everything. And then, the society, it's, in the show, we go a lot more hardcore in terms of getting out into the woods and really getting out to some places where, some really spooky stuff's gone on. And it's a bit trickier with the society, kind of more because of some of the legalities with it, with taking 30 students out into the woods, right?
Just need you to sign these life releases real quick, and then we'll get on our way.
It's pretty. That's pretty much why what we have to do. And there's some of the students are like, I don't know about this, and so we can't really take them out too far or to areas. There's other clubs that do camping and stuff like that, but it's more they'll go to a very known camping area instead of going way out in the middle of the woods where it's because that'd be bad if you came back and it's we went out with 40 members, we came back with 8.
Also, I feel 40 y'all, that's gonna really alert a Bigfoot to your presence.
Yeah, not too stealthy.
It's hard to keep up 40 people quiet during a Bigfoot hunt, especially 40 college students. Joel, what about you? How did you get into the paranormal? Were you always interested in this stuff?
Yeah, I'd say probably always interested. I always liked the outdoors. I grew up watching shows like Survivor Man, and then Survivor Man had a Bigfoot show, so I ended up watching that as well.
Yeah, Survivor Man, Bigfoot. Yeah,
I always kind of have an interest in the unknown, paranormal things, and also things like conspiracy theories, stuff like that. So Bigfoot kind of fits right in. And a friend told me about the Sasquatch Society that Ryan had started, and I joined it, and now this is where it's taken me, which is pretty good. But as for paranormal experiences, yes, I was there for. I don't remember the final rock throwing one.
No, remember, but is when we went with the car. We went up to the hill and got out, and we hung out there for a while. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that.
It was when we were there in August. Remember?
The rock hit you in the head, Joel, and that's why you don't remember. Maybe some missing time or some memories were erased.
That is a possibility. I mean, it's always a possibility.
Joel, you said you like conspiracy theories as well. Yeah, have you heard any good conspiracy theories about Bigfoot, or do you hold any conspiracy theories about Canada's legendary Sasquatch?
One of the big conspiracy theories is that the government knows about Bigfoot. They're just not going to tell the citizens about it. You know, we've gotten some emails from military people in the military who say, you know, they have these Bigfoot kill squads that the army sends out so that they can clear a land of its Sasquatch population before they develop it for like logging and stuff like that for industry.
This at all.
That's wild.
So, you know, that's
I'm not following those orders.
No,
that's a possibility, but I would say, I don't know if the government knows about it or not, but I would think if they knew about it, they wouldn't tell the general population. They, you know, or they would do it in a very gradual kind of way, you know. But I would think it would be to their advantage to cover it up, because you have all of these forested areas for mining and you know, logging and development, where if you find out there's a population of these, you know, intelligent beings living there, then people are like, well, like, what are we doing, you know, exterminating these beings,
Right.
Or taking their land
to make way for development. Yeah.
That's a really good, that's an angle on the government cover-up stuff that I hadn't heard before, and that makes a lot of sense, you know, and it seems like, boy, I really hope that's not the case, you know, 'cause it seems like we just haven't learned any lessons, have we?
Yeah.
Government's bad.
Yeah.
The lesson we learn over and over
Joel, any other, you were kind of I felt like you were tipping your cap a little bit to some of the, you didn't remember the rock experience, but did you have other experiences out in the field?
I mean, yeah, all those experiences that Ryan talked about, I was there for, but there's another one that I had when I was by myself. This was about a year and a half ago now, I think. But it was just around Trent, which is crazy because, you know, it's a university and it's surrounded by a forested area. But then around that forested area, there's kind of like farms and towns and things like that. So it's not the complete middle of nowhere. So you'd think, you know, there wouldn't really be a super high chance of a Sasquatch or anything pretty big hanging around there. Like you hear coyotes and stuff at night, but in that area, I don't know, there's not a lot of places to hide. But
right.
One time I was walking at night. This was a year and a half ago. It was April, late April, because it was like right around the end of exam period. Right before I was going to leave school. So I was just going for a walk, and it was like 1 a.m. I was going for a walk with a friend.
As you do in college. Mm-hmm. Day's just starting at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's this peninsula that kind of juts out because Trent is on the Otonabee River.
I'm pulling up a map of Trent University. I want to take a look at this spot.
Michael doing a quick googs.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll pull it up as well because I know there's a name for it, but it's like a very thin peninsula that leads into a marshy area. Google.
Okay, so you got kind of swampland over there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is gorgeous. I'm just pull it up on the map.
Yeah, what a spot.
Lot of water around there, which we know, and I'm sure you guys do too. Like, a lot of paranormal activity happens around bodies of water. So this all really tracks just by looking at the geography of it. It looks like you have like a river running through the university as well, or right next to it.
Yeah, there's actually a west bank and an east bank of campus. So half of campus is on one side of the river.
Oh, cool.
And then there's a bridge.
I'm sending my kid. They got a river there, a Bigfoot society. Yeah, I'm sending my kids there.
This looks gorgeous.
Futurist architecture. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice campus.
Wow.
Not in the winter.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, fair enough.
Touche.
There we go. There it is. There's got to be. They don't show you those photos on the student brochures, huh? They're not.
It is so cold there. Like it's. But like for in the fall though, it's really, really nice. And then like November, December hits, it's just like you can't go outside. It's crazy.
Well, you can't go outside, Ryan.
There we go.
Well, you
So
can,
you're
but it's cold.
It's 1 a.m. You're walking around. We've got a better idea of how it looks on campus now. So then what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of this peninsula that juts out in the middle of the river. So I'm walking south. I'm walking down river. I gotta remember which way the direction of the river goes. So, yeah, I'm walking.
Looks south. Runs north and south. Yeah.
Yeah, the same direction that the river flows. Yeah.
See the river.
I'm just trying to think. Does downriver mean I'm walking the same
the
direction that the river is
Okay.
flowing?
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I appreciate your attention to detail and your respect for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on this peninsula, it's pretty forested and there's no development other than like a dirt path that runs all the way down to the end of it, and you get to the end of it and there's a little lookout point, and it's all surrounded by trees on the other sides of the river. And then, you basically turn around and go back. That's how you get back. So my friend and I, we get to the end of this peninsula, and then we're standing around, like looking around for a bit, and then we hear a noise behind us. I mean, I hear it first. It's like it sounds like someone's going swimming. It sounded like someone was behind us on the path. Maybe 20 meters behind us or something like that, and then just decided to go to the right and jump in the water. And my first thought is, well, it's probably a person. That's the only other thing that's going to be out here. But why would someone be swimming at 1 a.m.? But it's college, so maybe people just want to go swimming in the middle of the night. That's it's up to them. But we call out, and then there's no answer. But you can hear whatever this thing is, and it's like, when I heard it, I thought of a person. It wouldn't have been like a coyote or a beaver or something like that, because it's a pretty big splash when it goes into the water. It's got to be at least person sized. And my other thought is, well, I don't know, maybe it's a bear. Bears swim.
Yeah.
But you could hear it coming down the peninsula to the end of it. So we're kind of stuck there, because what do? You either go past it on the path,
right,
or you just wait there for it to get to you. So we kind of both start facing in the direction of where it is, and you can hear it. You can't even see it. Like, all you can see is a little bump above the water, and that's it. That's the only thing that you can see above the water. And then it comes towards us. And it's just, everything is black. It's all different shades of like blue or black, because it's so dark outside. You can just see the water and then a black little bump, like about that big or something, sticking out of the water. And then it goes forward, and there's a bush right at the end of the peninsula, and it swims right behind the bush. So it's like, okay, I don't know what this thing is, but I think we should probably leave. But
Time to leave. Yeah.
Right as we're about to leave, because it's kind of like right in front. It's like 3 meters from us at this point, and we're just like frozen there. We haven't moved at all since we first heard it.
Joel's like, let me just grab my camera here, put on the...
Yeah, like I didn't even think about grabbing a camera at that point. I was just like I wasn't even thinking Sasquatch. I didn't think that until like later, until I got home. But
you're just thinking danger.
Yeah,
at this point.
like
yeah.
As soon as we're about to like, okay, should we leave? Okay, yeah, let's go. And then like we're gonna start backing up with our like facing where it is, so with our backs to the path. But then we hear this kind of like a watery growl.
What?
And it almost sounds like it's super loud. And you'd think, a small animal or something like a beaver would not be able to make a sound like that. Like it has like a deep kind of it's like a very airy, deep sound. So you think this thing has to have like a big chest cavity or something like that to make a sound like that. But it's really difficult for me to replicate it. But I think like a watery growl is the most I can do.
Interesting.
It's like I don't know.
I thought you were going to do it
really
for
hard
us.
to
the
explain.
noise. Do the noise.
Yeah, it's, I can try. The noise that I do is not going to be the same noise that I
Okay.
heard, but this
I
is
can't wait for
my
this.
attempt
Understood.
at doing it. It's like
Prefaced. Okay.
Whoa.
I mean, that was good.
That
but
would
it was
be
a lot deeper than that.
terrifying.
It was
Yeah,
like that,
Yeah.
but it was a lot deeper.
That would not be good.
And
So something was absolutely there.
Guttural, menacing. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've looked up a bunch of different animal sounds. The closest I could find was maybe a wolverine, but there's no wolverines in that area at all.
Whoa.
And
Maybe it
it
was
would have to
the
have been
Wolverine.
bigger.
Logan from the X-Men.
Yeah.
He's from Canada.
That's wild.
But a threatening sound.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
undeniably.
And it was like coming in our like it was super loud. So we're like, okay, let's get out. So we start
Whoa.
backing up, and like it stops making the noise, and it doesn't move at all. But we just keep backing up until we get like all the way back to where the peninsula comes out from the land, and then we finally like turn around and look the other way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But no, in that moment, like I didn't even think about getting out a camera or doing anything like that, because I
of
wasn't
course.
going on a walk
Yeah.
specifically looking for Sasquatch.
You're
I was
not
like,
in that mindset.
I don't know what this thing is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to die, so I'm gonna try and get out of here.
That's when Sasquatch finds
Yeah,
you.
that's it.
But
It's
yeah,
true,
that's
when you're not thinking about it.
And then after the fact, because I didn't even think of Sasquatch then, I just thought, like, what kind of animal is this? I was trying to figure out what kind of animal it was, but I couldn't really find anything. So I'm not going to say, it was a Sasquatch, but
Sure.
I just have no idea what it could be.
It's unexplained.
Prime
That's great.
candidate. Yeah.
I mean, Bryce, you guys are familiar with, especially in season 4 of Expedition Bigfoot, this idea of like really Bigfoot using waterways, rivers as a method of transportation and crossing, and
Absolutely.
maybe cooling down their heat signature.
100%. Yeah, think about
So-
Vancouver Island, all the islands that claim to have Bigfoot reported sightings. They have to get those islands somehow. So, I believe, if in fact these creatures do exist, and they're excellent swimmers, and they do, hang around these bodies of waters, lakes, rivers. They use them just like we would if we were, combing out through the woods.
All right, Club Scouts, the time has come to talk about microdosing. You know that just right feeling when your body and your mind are really at peace? Like after a workout, or a nice long shower, or after listening to BCC. When you're relaxed, focused, and a little energized, being in the zone. Well, microdosing can help you get into that zone easier and stay there longer. Here are some benefits of microdosing. I'm sure you've heard about them, but let me know which one of these sounds good to you. Relieves anxiety or pain or muscle tension, boosts your mood, helps you relax and live in the moment, spices up sex and intimacy, can help you fall asleep and stay asleep. That's a big one for me. Helps with focus and creativity. I mean, this is a wonderful list. As I've gotten older, I have found that weed is a little too strong for me, okay? Just speaking personally here. But microdose gummies are perfect for somebody like me, giving me just that tiny little dose of THC to shave the edge off of my day and take off some of that anxiety. Half of a gummy is the sweet spot at the end of the day, so I can unwind, relax, and reset. To learn more about microdosing THC, go to microdose.com and use code BCC to get free shipping and 30% off your first order. Again, that's microdose.com, code BCC. Microdose.com, code BCC for 30% off. All right, well, we're going to get to all of your hunting techniques, but before we do that, Ryan and Joel, we have a game that we like to play with our guests. We're going to go down a list of phenomena. If you're open to it, you're going to say, believe it. If you're not open to it, you're going to say bullshit. And in this moment, you got to come down one side or the other. We can always circle back and litigate something, but we're going to go down rapid fire style.
I like it.
This is a game that we call bullshit
or believe it.
All right, Ryan, Joel, on your mark, get set, ghosts.
Believe it. Believe it.
Bullshit.
Bigfoot.
Believe it.
Believe it. Believe it. Yeah.
UFOs.
Believe it.
Yeah, believe it.
Mothman.
Bullshit.
Probably bullshit.
Curses.
Bullshit.
Believe it. Kinda, like a bit.
Haunted dolls.
Bullshit.
Believe it.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Bullshit.
Kind of believe it. Like, a lot goes down there,
Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Bullshit.
There are alien constructs on the moon.
Believe it.
BS, I think, but who knows?
No, come on.
Psychic visions.
Oh, believe it.
Believe it.
Dreams are other realities, and when you fall asleep, you visit them.
Is that right from Doctor Strange? And
we wrote this before Multiverse of Madness came out.
Yes. I'm gonna
maybe.
go BS. Oh, you can't say maybe, Joel.
Okay, believe it.
Great.
There you go.
Time travel.
BS. I don't think time exists. There's no
I'm gonna
such
go
thing
BS.
as time.
All right, good answer.
Bending spoons with your mind.
Believe it.
Yeah, believe it.
Nice.
Entities from other dimensions visit our world.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Pets can see spirits.
Believe it.
Bullshit.
Tarot cards.
Bullshit.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Bullshit.
The government is hiding the truth about Sasquatch.
Ooh.
Believe it.
Believe it.
We're living in a simulation.
Believe it.
Bullshit.
You, Joel, and you, Ryan, could outsmart a werewolf.
Bullshit.
Believe it.
Planet Earth is a sentient macroorganism.
I guess.
Believe it.
Believe it.
The universe is looking out for you.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Finally, in our original timeline, which I think you guys were born after, the famous Bear family's last name was spelled Berenstein, not Berenstain.
Berenstein, yeah. I remember reading the books, and I would still pronounce it like that when I read them.
You were born after this theory came out, though, so what does that explain?
They still have.
I don't
books,
know.
though.
It's all-
I watched the VHS tapes,
Okay.
and I read
Talking
the
to a
books.
man who doesn't even believe in time.
Fair enough.
Michael,
That's true.
so
There is no
This is
time.
how's he gonna
Canada. They
explain
get
that
everything a
one?
little bit
Yeah,
later.
there is no time.
Ryan, what did
Yeah,
you
we
say?
still have Blockbuster.
We'll go believe it. We'll go believe it.
All right, believe it. All right, great job.
Only-
Do you want to circle back on any of those? And was there anyone that you were like, I gotta explain myself a little further here?
I do. Joel, Hollow Earth. Big yeah on you on that one.
Joel, you are a big
Yeah.
conspiracy theory guy.
You've been talking about Hollow Earth
Hollow
ever since I
Earth.
met him. Like,
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like you guys are going to be discussing the alien constructs on the moon on your next Sasquatch hunt for hours at end. Amazing.
yeah, I hope so.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into how, I'll say, Gen Z is hunting Bigfoot.
That's a great clickbaity, like how Gen Z hunts Bigfoot.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Club Scouts, winter is here, and for me, that means struggling to find the right temperature when I sleep at night. I recently found a way to stay at the perfect temp all night long using silver-infused bed sheets by Miracle Made that were inspired by NASA. We're going to the space age, baby! These sheets have self-cooling properties for better quality sleep using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA. Miracle-Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get a better sleep every night. They're self-cleaning, too. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. And listen, I know you kids at home are not washing your sheets as much as you should be. I know that for a fact. And so you need to get some of these. Comfort and quality. Those are important to me. I bet they are for you. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. And guess what? They make the perfect holiday gift. Whatever you're celebrating, give your loved one a pair of Miracle sheets. They're the perfect gift for your spouse, friends, or family. Who doesn't want better sleep and luxurious feeling bed sheets? And since these come with 3 free towels, you get 2 gifts in one, just in time for the holidays. Go to trymiracle.com/BCC to try it today or gift it to someone special this holiday season. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Save over 40%. And if you use our promo BCC at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/BCC and use code BCC to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/BCC to treat yourself, a friend, or a loved one this holiday season. Woohoo! All right, Joel. All right, Ryan. Let's talk about your Bigfoot hunting methods. Bryce, kick us off with your question here.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ryan, you teed us up earlier. Just so how do you guys approach your technique and tactics of Sasquatch University hunting for Bigfoot?
Yeah, so one of the things we really try to do in the show is like talk with a lot of different researchers and different people that have had encounters and experiences, and we kind of base whatever we're doing in a particular episode kind of just based off of, that advice and kind of what, things we sort of encountered and if there's maybe a tactic that, people that have also encountered that same scenario have done and say they've had success with kind of thing. So yeah, we'll go and do some of that, and we'll try new things all the time. And obviously we kind of do all the old fashioned stuff too, like tree knocks and howls and getting out the therms and stuff like that, where we're big on that stuff. But yeah, just whether it's leaving out gifts or, I've even tried like remote viewing a few times.
What type of gifts do you guys like to leave?
Yeah, we've left everything from like tobacco to food and then like crystals and things like that. So I don't know. Am I missing anything, Joel? Like sometimes Cody shows up with the gifts or someone else will be with the gifts. But we
PlayStation
normally...
5.
Yeah,
Cody, that's mine. We needed to get the foot, man.
Have you guys
try that?
Have you gotten anything back in return? Have you found anything where you guys have gifted?
No, not a ton. Like we've heard some weird things out there, like some weird noises and different things like that when we've gifted, but like every time we've kind of left gifts, we haven't had something come and necessarily like take it or interact with it a lot of the time. Even with some of the food, which I was kind of surprised by, because you'd expect even just like other animals kind of to maybe come by at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but we keep trying with that all the time. Because, I think that's a pretty good tactic to do. And, a lot of researchers really recommend it. So, yeah, it's always cool to do. And then, and we are into kind of some of the more, I guess like niche ones, like whether it's like remote viewing or like
yes, absolutely.
kind of this summer and spring. I know you guys had one on Expedition Bigfoot. I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, we got to give this a try.
Oh man, he was so talented. I absolutely believe in the possibilities of using remote viewing to help find stuff like Bigfoot, or your lost keys. It's the data's incredible.
yeah and so I really want to get we kind of been talking with a few different ones in one area, so I want to try. I don't know if it like interferes with their abilities or anything if we have like a few of them in one place, but I really want to get like maybe like 3 or 4 together at once and see if like I don't know if it like adds something, just
amplifies
give it a try.
it.
Yeah,
maybe.
absolutely.
Like, who knows?
You know what?
Get crazy, man.
Dip into the Bigfoot Society. Get 40 of them out there. You know what I mean? One for each member of the society.
Group remote.
Yeah, so you have 80 people total out there looking for Bigfoot.
Hey, you know what? If 40 of them are remote viewers, like maybe it'll work.
I'm interested how I don't want to be too old man here. I did recently have a birthday, but like, I'm really interested how your generation has discovered you said some of the old school researchers. Like, who are some of the names in the Bigfoot field that have inspired you?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of different researchers give talks to the society. Actually, last year, Bryce, I tried to find your contact info, but I wasn't able to find it online anywhere.
Oh, no way. Oh.
Yeah, so if you have
hit me up on those
interest,
Instagrams. I'm at Mr. Bryce Johnson. You can DM me there. I'll hit you back.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, we've had a lot of different ones.
Professor Bryce.
Yeah, we've had like Dr. Meldrum,
Yes.
Darby Orcutt, Haskell Hart, so many others. The guys from Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, Cliff and Matt. Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking to Matt just a few weeks ago. We actually had him on Sasquatch University as like a guest researcher.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and like I'm trying to think, Ron Moorhead, like just so many, and we always just try it. We reach out to different researchers and send notes around, and just we love making connections and getting to know people, and we're very like open to kind of all the theories and information out there. Like we're not like, oh, we think it's this, we have this one idea of what it is, so we're gonna like really stick to that. Like we're just super open to everybody. We love like talking to everyone, having a good time. So it's always great meeting new people in the Bigfoot world. So but yeah, so we've had a lot of people, and it's been really cool having those talks and getting to learn from a lot of them. And I think the students really like it too. Like I was pretty impressed. Joel kind of worked his way up through the ranks pretty quickly, because he like he'd come to because we do like Zoom meetings and stuff like that, and he Joel, you'd have some really good questions lined up before the meetings, and same with like a lot of this. It's a big science school, so same with a lot of the science students. They'd have like some really good questions, and so it was really cool to see when like a student would like because like I like to think I'm pretty like knowledgeable, but like I'm not not over the top, but like it's cool when like the students start coming to stuff and it's like, oh, I haven't even heard of that, it's
hard when you hear someone like Dr. Jeff Meldrum talk about the anatomy of some of these foot casts and how people walk and locomotion, and when you hear someone like Cliff Barrickman talk about some of the context around these sightings and reports and the casts that were taken from the sightings, it's hard not to go, there is something here, even as a scientifically minded person, you know what I mean? And, the evidence is tantalizing, and as taboo as the subject of Bigfoot is, I think more, scientists who really had an interest in the mysterious and unknown and an open attitude would come on board and say, yeah, I'd be interested in taking a look at some of these sightings reports about Bigfoot. Something's going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the attitude a lot of the students have, because like some, are just kind of like, oh, what's this? I'd like to sit in the meeting, and then they do, and they're like, wow, like that was pretty eye opening, and then they kind of keep coming back, and we have a lot of different people that kind of like some people I think like believe a bit more, and some people are more skeptical, but everyone's very like open minded and respectful and interested. So it's become a really good place just to kind of learn about the subject. So and I think it'll really continue, especially under Joel's presidency.
Joel,
Nice.
Bigfoot
I'm
for the
really,
next
Joel.
generation. Hell yeah, Joel.
I'm really interested, Joel, since you did kind of climb up and seems like you joined because it sounded fun. How have your thoughts and feelings about the subject of Bigfoot evolved over the past couple years with the society?
I would say when I first joined, I did not believe in Bigfoot at all.
Great.
The only reason,
Perfect
I mean,
place to
like,
start.
I always tried to keep an open mind, and I didn't want to say definitively, there's no way there's a Bigfoot out there. I mean, there's a lot of land, so like, maybe there is, but I don't think we found any really conclusive evidence. That would have been my view first joining the club. But I don't know. Eventually, talking to experts and witnesses. And I mean, not even my personal experience, because I don't think that's really influenced my belief in Bigfoot at all. I think the main thing for me is all the witness testimony, because you have sometimes you'll talk to people and they'll say like, oh, I don't want to be on the show. I don't want to have this interview recorded or anything. I just want to tell you about what happened, right? So you would think a lot of people would make things up so that either they could get on TV, get some sort of publicity, or pull some sort of prank.
Right.
But then you have people like in our first episode, Norma. She, I think her encounter happened sometime in the 60s. Is that right, Ryan?
No, I think it was like 85.
85. No, okay, 80s.
It might as well be the 60s, right?
Yeah, it might as well.
But
yeah.
it was years and years ago. And then you talk to her family. Her grandson is actually the one who contacted us. So you talk to her family, and then they say, "Oh yeah, she's been telling us this same story for the past like 40 years, and it hasn't changed." But you'd think, oh, there's not that many Bigfoot witnesses, but we'd put out an article in a community, like a small town in Ontario, like a population of maybe 5,000, like these tiny I mean, there can be much smaller towns, but that's still like a small town. 5,000
enclaves.
Yeah, and then we'll have like 5 reports from there.
Wow.
And that doesn't 5. It's not a lot of people, but in a town of 5,000 people,
5 per 5,000.
Even if like half of them are made up, it's just there's such a large number of these witness reports, and then there's also these people who will keep telling these same stories until their death, and they won't even say like, oh yeah, I made that up 20 years ago. Of course, there are people who make up stories, and I would say like it could even be like a plurality or like a large minority of the stories are made up, but there's just like they can't all be made up. It's just too much.
All it takes is for one of those stories to be true, for the quote unquote creature to be real. And I always like the idea, whether the creature exists or not, there are so many reports coming from all over the globe that there's a phenomenon at play, whether or not the creature exists, right? Like people are seeing and reporting stuff and having these experiences that, like you talked about, Joel, leave this traumatic sort of impression on their lives, these visceral experiences that often haunt them. And yeah, so there's something is happening.
Well, can you share with us what Norma's story was? It sounded like it left a big impact on you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so like she was really cool. So some of her family got in touch with us and was like, yeah, she's been saying the same story like ever since like 85. And like it, so like as far as witnesses go, like so credible. Cause like, just sweet, older lady, and and her and a neighbor of hers that she was with who'd like since passed away, both saw it but like, close enough to where it couldn't have been anything else. Like she said, it literally ran like 2 feet in front of their car, and she was like amazed that they didn't hit it. And then it ran off into the fog on the other side of the road. And like the other really thing that like really fascinated me, that really kind of stood out, was like, so, you know, in a lot of those smaller towns, like we try to do stuff with the news, like whenever we can, or we're going to a place that, you know, we have a few reports, but we want to see if there's more. So, you know, in a lot of these like really small towns are like, yeah, you know, whatever the size, we'll get like a few reports. And then if we do like a larger place, we'll get more. And, but, you know, there was a cluster like right where she had her encounter, and it was like, you know, 85, and then like I think the next one was like maybe 15 or 20 years later, and so on, and a few more like in recent years. And we met up with another person that got like a really good audio recording of you know what, like I think it's most likely, because we sent it to the Ministry of Natural Resources here in Ontario, and they said they couldn't identify it, and we showed it to Matt Moneymaker, and he said he thinks it's either someone faking it or a real Bigfoot.
Cool.
And, you know, it sounds like really cool, and that was like just like 10 minutes from like where Norma had her encounter.
Wow.
And you know, we talked to the woman who got the audio in the show as well. And yeah, and there were a bunch of other reports, and it kind of goes along the Niagara Escarpment here in Ontario. It's like a big it's like kind of like not a mountain, but like it's a big hill, like probably like 1,000 feet tall, and it's just riddled with caves and different things, and a lot of like weird paranormal stuff kind of goes on along it.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
And
cool.
yeah, and we got other reports, and we got some like a really good one too. We couldn't get that guy on camera, unfortunately, but we got like a bunch from right around there. So we had, you know, in an episode we can only really maybe fit in like 2 or 3 at the most witnesses, like in one, because then it's kind of too much of the same thing, and we have other stuff we want to do. But we yeah, like we were really lucky, like, because we had like a lot of really good ones to pick from there, and so many others that, you know, in other communities.
I gotta ask, Ontario is above Michigan. Do you guys get any sort of dogman reports, or are you guys catching any whiff of that?
I've actually gotten in our inbox like 1 or 2, like I don't, maybe anywhere from like 2 to 5 things about Dogman, but like we get so many emails and everything, and you know, so we do get like other paranormal stuff that comes in every now and then, whether it's like ghost or like UFOs. So it's awesome getting that stuff too, because I love hearing about it. But we haven't got a ton of Dogman, and but hey, if you know anyone's listening and you're in Ontario and you've seen the Dogman, let us know, because yeah, I love hearing about it.
I love this. This is so great.
You know, we're running a little bit out of time here. I want to ask you guys, since you really are the next generation of Bigfoot hunters and people, what do you think needs to change? What methods are you guys excited about introducing, or you think should be paid attention to more? What would you like to not necessarily fix, but like, you know, change about the way that we look for Bigfoot?
Yeah, I mean, if
improve upon.
Yeah, like if I went first, like, you know, I think one of the big things that really, I guess, kind of halts the, you know, a lot of progress in the Bigfoot world is, you know, like we're lucky. There's a lot of really great researchers and people that, you know, super nice, like people easy to talk to, easy to work with, and then you get a lot where, you know, maybe someone's views don't line up with their own, and there's a lot of divide. Like this kind of like when we first got really into it,
evidence, share stories.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like Bigfoot politics almost. Like I was shocked.
It goes all the way back to the beginning.
Like our first meeting, I think like 2 years ago, we had one researcher who, yeah, like kind of he's pretty notorious in like the Bigfoot realm. I probably could just say their name, but like maybe I'll just, you know,
that's fine. You can tell us off mic.
Yeah, and so it was nuts, because like we had this guy, and then the next week we have another researcher, and the guy from the like week 2 had a restraining order against the guy from week 1.
Oh my god!
I will not be stepping foot in that town if so is there, and you can put that in my contract.
Like, yeah, like literally, and like I had yeah, like and so we, you know, the second week we had like 2 you know, researchers on, and the, you know, one who's telling me about like some of the alleged like crimes the other guy committed that were like kind of out there. He's like, were there any bars behind him? Like, were there bars? And I'm like I didn't see any bars, dude, but like, you know, but like, it's kind of like, and that was just like kind of week 1 of like the year, right? And like we didn't, that was kind of, I guess, like the you know, the high. of that sort of stuff going on. But I think it's really dangerous when, you know, there's evidence and people always kind of like put each other down and like, you know, even
this
like
is a great answer, by the way, Ryan. I think you're so right, and I would have guessed this answer, but yeah, and the division, let's all work together.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, I think like we've talked to like Todd Standing before, and like I think he's a dude that like really takes a lot of, and like I have no idea whether it's like real. Like I feel like only he like truly knows. You know what I mean? But it kind of bothers me that there's like so many researchers that just assume they know, and you know, they're like, oh, because of this and this, I know for certain. If I was like, bet your entire house, all your money into like the, you know, your family's lives on it being like fake or something, like would they really bet it? Because like probably not, because they don't truly know. And you know, maybe they're totally right, but I don't like how there's so many people that kind of just assume, or they're very like sure of themselves and assume, and it's like something we don't know everything about. For like,
That's
there's no
right.
body,
Sort of
there's
the whole
no, yeah,
point.
it's kind of the whole point. So how could this one guy just know?
We've always passed around that we've always passed around that paranormal barometer that if anybody claims to know 100% of what's going on or that they have the truth, full of shit. Bullshit. Nobody knows. Nobody has access to what's really going on that somebody else doesn't. Nobody has a fucking clue. Not the U.S. government, not me, not anybody. Nobody
I think
really
Sasquatch
knows.
University knows a thing or two.
They're going to be the
we
closest.
know everything,
They're gonna
guys.
be
You
the
guys,
closest.
you guys don't know what you're talking
You guys
about.
are on the inside track.
But
Yeah.
anybody who claims to have the secrets to the universe and knows what's really going on, you know, that's always a good barometer.
So what's next for you guys? You Ryan, you graduated this past year. Joel, you're on your way to graduating. Are you guys gonna go into this full time? Are you guys gonna get quote unquote day jobs and continue research on your own? What is the future like for you? Joel, why don't you start?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it depends how much money we make. You know, you kind of don't want to talk about that part, but it's like I can't Bigfoot hunt full time if I can't, you know, pay for rent or food or anything else. You know, I have basic necessities. Like,
what are you guys majoring in? What are you majoring in, Joel?
I'm majoring in Greek and Roman studies.
Okay,
love that.
Very cool. What about you, Ryan? What did you major in?
I was Canadian cultural studies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Sorry, go on, Joel.
Yeah. I forget what I was going to say.
Yeah, I think you lost
my bad.
at the station.
Oh no, it's all good. But yeah, no, I think it depends. You know, Ryan's working pretty hard. Ryan's working full time on this. He's working pretty hard to try and get us another show or another season. You know, get some more advertising out. But the main thing is, you know, we'd have to be super successful in order to do it full time. So for now, it's kind of a wait and see. I mean, I do have a plan that I had in place before working on this show, that
Before
what I was going to do after university.
Joel, we all did. We all had plans
I've heard
before
that
we got
old
pulled into
chestnut.
this stuff.
if it ends up playing out, then, you know, we can roll with it. But
You got time.
you know, it all depends on the future.
Great.
Love
you got
that.
time.
I will say you really can do both. Like,
Yeah, you can.
we all have several things going on at the same time as making a Bigfoot show, you know, so just you find some time and go in the woods, maybe you find Bigfoot, and I mean, why not make a show about it?
That's it, man. Do it because you love it, not because you're going to get rich and famous, and the good stuff will follow, you know. Do it because it's fun and because you're engaging in the mystery, you know. That's why.
That applies to everything. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Not just Bigfoot.
Ryan, season 2 of Sasquatch University, you're off to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I guess kind of like up to Wild TV and everything. But yeah, I mean, you know, hopefully we do. I mean, like we don't really get paid very much. Like I'm doing it full time now, but like if you added up like everything we get, it would be like below minimum wage. You know?
We know.
Mm.
We can relate.
yeah. And yeah, so like, you know, but I think we're just, you know, really lucky that we get to kind of share what we're passionate about with people. So right now, like, you know, like I graduated last year, I'm 23. So like, you know, my mom doesn't really mind if I like it's like, hey, what if I take a year to like do something really passionate about and go make a Bigfoot show and share it with people?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now's the time. So where can people, okay, so we definitely have people listening who live in Canada. Where can people find the show, Sasquatch University? And then what about those of us who don't live in Canada? Is there any way that we can watch?
Yeah, so people in Canada, I guess like if you have like the cable channel, you can get it through your provider.
Great.
Just Wild TV Network, and there's also Wild TV Plus, which is like the streaming service. I think it's just like $4 a month or something, and then you can just stream the episodes anytime, and anyone anywhere can get it. I think so. Yeah, that's how you get it. I think if you just go to their website, it kind of says, but I don't actually know. I think my mom got the channel, so it's like I didn't have to do anything. But
Hell yeah.
100% your mom got the channel.
Way to support Mom.
Great. Awesome. And then where can people find you guys on socials? Are you on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff? Let us know.
Yeah, we kind of got that stuff going recently. So it's just Sasquatch University TV, I think, is like most of our handles. And we kind of have some stuff up on all those, and we're getting it going. It's kind of small right now, but whatever. But yeah. So I think that's how you find us there and keep up with kind of just we post all kinds of stuff, just little fun things for people to see. So that's how you find us there, and the show's how I mentioned. So yeah.
Great. Give these guys a follow.
Yeah, absolutely. The new kids. The kids
Young
are
guns.
all right. Yeah,
that's right.
Awesome. Joel, Ryan, thank you so much for being here on the show. And we'll make sure that everybody listening will check out your work where they can find it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's been great going on the show, and we should do this again sometime. It's been awesome.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to laminate your Club Scout member cards right now.
We'll be following your careers with great interest.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
All right. Big thanks to Ryan and Joel, and a big thanks to you, the listeners, especially our friends who recently joined us on BCC The Other Side. It's time to thank some freaky friends who have joined our Patreon. Ben Kingston, Cosmeteer.
Ooh, rush the
Thank
gun.
you, Ben. You gotta wait for that Cosmeteer. Thank you, Ben. Welcome.
Kevin DeVos,
Thanks, Kevin.
Bethany Beatty, Cosmeteer.
Thank you, Bethany. Welcome.
Charles Berry, Cosmeteer.
Thank you, Charles. Welcome.
Logan Hatch,
Thanks, Logan.
Victor Newberg,
Thank you.
Jacob Stein,
Thanks, Jacob.
Anime Grot,
Thank you, Anime.
Elizabeth Tess,
Thanks, Elizabeth.
May Sanborn, Cosmeteer,
Thanks, May. Welcome.
Carly, Cosmeteer,
Thanks, Carly. Welcome.
Brain Dead Sin, Cosmeteer,
Brain Dead Sin. Welcome.
and finally, favorite name of the week, Dogfish Poem.
Thank you, Dogfish Poem.
That sounds like a Tom Waits lyric or
Yeah, it
something.
really is. We're slowly getting caught up with all of our Cosmeteers. Hopefully, by the beginning of the year, we won't have to run through 13 of them at a time. Thank
love
you
it.
for your
Keep 'em coming.
patience. We love you guys. Thank you for your support. You too can be a freaky friend when you head over to patreon.com/Bigfoot Collectors Club and unlock total access to get 3 bonus episodes every month, merch discounts, the BCC Discord access, and more. You upgrade to the Cosmeteer membership and unlock 3 music tracks from super producer Riley every month as well. Plus, our backlog, I just went through. I renumbered everything. I made the Patreon look so beautiful.
It's so good.
It's awesome.
The reorganization that you have done truly is like,
Thank
this is
you.
what's been missing the whole time, because you couldn't navigate the catalog before. And now it's just like, it's all right there at your fingertips. It's amazing.
We've got everything divided into collections. It's fucking
love it.
awesome. You can also listen on your favorite podcast app, so you don't have to listen through the website. But
It's like a perfectly organized bookshelf. That's
We
what it
have-
feels like now.
over 240 episodes over there
Dang.
now. Yeah.
Come on over.
So-
See what we're doing on the other
Yeah.
side. It's
Check us
different
out.
than the main feed.
Mhm.
Yep. It's more intimate. Follow me at McMills on Instagram. And you know what? Holiday season's coming up. Maybe you want to get a gift for a friend. How about a cameo from your old pal, Michael? Hit me up over on Cameo and let me wish your loved one a happy holidays.
Oh.
Yeah, love that. I'm on those socials. I'm on Instagram at Mr. Bryce Johnson and Twitter at Bryce O. Johnson. And I hope you're watching our new season of Expedition Bigfoot Alaska on the Discovery Channel.
It's all done now, so they could when's it all coming out on streamers? This is November 8th.
Yes, I hope you're streaming it on Discovery Plus and Max. It should be available now on your wherever your Discovery Plus app and Max. So enjoy that.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I am Peace Drone on the Instagram. And I want to remind you again about these Amazon reviews, because I just have this fantasy of you guys writing all these bizarre and strange reviews on there, and just that's what starts to accumulate. It's like a fresh canvas, you guys.
Yeah.
There's just
There
none
you go.
there. So
there.
Better chance of us reading it on air if you get
Go
on over there
paint.
and go paint
Please.
something on Amazon. Give us a
Also,
review.
Yeah.
I'd be remiss.
A good one.
Riley,
Mhm. A
you're
weird
on
one.
tour very soon.
Oh, right. Also promoting things. I don't know. I just let funny ideas in my head. I'm on the road with Tommy. We're making our way up to Seattle. It's like, this show is so much fun. Like, please come hang out and see the show. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, great. Check out for those dates over at the name Tommy on
Thank
Instagram.
you.
We'll
Yes,
have all those dates.
that is
Okay,
the
great.
Instagram for the band.
Yeah, it's happening.
There's a
If not,
TikTok too, and
It's if it might be happening now or very soon from now, depending on when that. I know
it's just starting.
okay. Great,
Yeah.
great, awesome. All right,
Yeah.
everyone. We're crossing over to the other side. If we don't see you over there, we'll see you back here next week for an all new episode of Bigfoot Collectors Club. Until then, good night.
And go get regressed.
What's the noise? Let's hear you guys do the noise.
Oh, I gotta do the water growl.
It does make you cough. Jesus.
Oh, I got a little bit of water. Bigfoot Collectors Club is executive produced by Michael McMillan, Riley Bray, and Bryce Johnson. Our show is engineered, produced, and scored by Riley Bray. Our theme song, Come Alone, is by Suneaters. Follow them on Spotify. Want more BCC? For exclusive full-length episodes every month and total access to the other side, check out patreon.com/Bigfoot Collectors Club.